What's going on, YouTube? I've been seeing the news lately about Joel Embiid, how he's still around February, late February, with a knee injury and had to get arthroscopic surgery. And he had that surgery, and they were predicted to give us news about how he was feeling after 6 weeks. And now we get recent news in around late July, early August that he probably won't make the training camp, and reports are saying his knee is bad. This is not good for the 76ers, as Joel Embiid is their number one option. They banked a lot on him being healthy long term, and it's seeming like it's not going to work out. They gave him a 3-year, $193 million contract back in 2024 based off of his historic MVP season. But even based off of that, I think the 76ers made a terrible move by giving him that contract. One, because they weren't taking into account his long-term injuries. They forgot that Joel Embiid has been played with injuries his whole career since he's gotten in the league in 2014. Even that season, he wasn't able to play because of a foot injury, so he missed out on the whole year. And then the second year he played, I think he only played around 33 games. And Joel Embiid has never played a full season. I think the longest he played was probably that MVP season, which was around 60 games. I can't remember exactly. But Joel Embiid is a guy who the 76ers trusted. His nickname was the process for a reason. They believed that long term, even with the slew of injuries that he's had in his career, that he would pan out and be able to be that number one option on a championship level team. And for the most part, Joel Embiid has shown he's a Hall of Fame player, an extreme talent, but he's also one of the biggest what ifs. Like, if Joel Embiid has never had any injuries, people say he has the footwork of a Hakeem and then the dominance of a Shaq, which is a player. If you combine those two factors, that's almost hard to fathom. But if you look at Joel Embiid's games, the few games he has played, that's exactly how he plays. Even with that, the Sixers should have took more into account his long-term possible injuries, and they should have took into account what they can do to help him in terms of medicine, the health, what they can do to limit the surgeries. They did take into account that he won't. They did out a report a while back saying he'll never play back-to-backs again in his career, which honestly was a smart move, but seems like it's still not going to even be working out. And Joel Embiid, again, he's only getting older. He's 31 years of age. He's a guy that's unfortunately not going to get past the curse of injuries. I think Joel Embiid is a guy who works hard, who's looking to play constantly. He's even put out reports that he should be celebrated because he played even when he was hurt, which wasn't a good move. But at the same time, what can you do when the media is also pressuring you to play? So it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, you pick one way, it's wrong. You pick the other way, it's wrong. So again, I think this process of what the 76ers are trying to do has failed because you've got your best player out. Then your second or third player, depending on if you want to say Tyrese Maxey is better or Paul George is better, depending on where you stand with that. Paul George is a guy who signed with the 76ers, and they gave him a 5-year, $212 million contract. But with that contract, he hasn't performed to the level of what they expected. His first year there, he averaged around, I want to say 16 to 17 points, and was in and out of the lineup because of the constant injuries he deals with as well. He's also another guy who's predicted not to be playing in the training camp too, because he just recently suffered a left knee injury during a workout, and he got surgery for it. So he's been going through rehab, trying to get back into shape with all that. But that's also the story of Paul George. He's always getting injured, whether it be a finger injury, whether it be a leg injury, whether it be shoulder, arm. And some of that as a player you can't control at the same time. which is why the 76ers, again, should have been smarter about the contracts they gave to their two best players, arguably, because now most of their money is going towards them, about like 70% of it, where they have other players they need to worry about, like Quentin Grimes. He's looking for a bigger contract, and he's been playing well, but he was playing well at the end of the season, dropping like 40 points, 30 points consistently, but he's a guy they can't pay because of the contract they have with Paul George and Joel Embiid. Other guys like Tyrese Maxey, I'm pretty sure he's already paid, but Jared McCain, when he gets to his third or fourth year, they're going to have to worry about him. Then they're also going to have to worry about VJ, another promising young guard, and we'll see how he does his rookie season. But the prediction is he's going to be great in this league. They got him with the third pick. But they have a good young core, which is probably the only bright spot with the Philadelphia 76ers right now. But in terms of where they stand as a whole, as a team, it's quite disappointing because the Eastern Conference right now is wide open. And it's always been the belief when this team, the Philadelphia 76ers, are healthy, they would be a championship team. But problem is they've never been healthy. And I get it, they've only had 1 year together, but the prediction just based off of the amount of injuries their main guys get, and especially Joel Embiid, who, in my opinion, honestly might retire just based off of the amount of injuries he gets, the stuff he can't control, because I'm sure he's working out and being disciplined, but you can't control like your body. He's 7'2". It's only going to give more wear and tear on his knees, 7'2", 300 plus pounds. His knees aren't going to take that lightly at all. So again, this era of basketball with Joel Embiid as your main guy, if you're wanting Joel Embiid to be your main guy and win a championship, I'm sorry. This probably will never happen, and Joel Embiid is probably going to retire. But I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. It is disappointing to see a great player like Joel Embiid not be able to perform the way he did, especially his MVP season. But again, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later. Peace.